Hi, everybody. This is Tony Orlando. Now, don't go anywhere because Profiles with an S is coming right up.
Welcome to Profiles. I'm Marley Hall. Today's guest is music legend Tony Orlando. In the first of this two-part interview, Tony takes us deep inside the music industry, where he was a teen idol at 16, a music executive at 19, and the star of his own primetime television show in his late 20s. His career has spanned more than 4 decades, and he's still going strong with concert and stage performances all over the country. After a short break, we'll join our host, Mickey Burns, as he welcomes the popular Tony Orlando to Profiles. Welcome back to Profiles. Tony Orlando is magic. Buy a ticket to one of his shows, you sit down, and he makes you feel good. Everyone knows his hits such as Knock 3 Times, Tie a Yellow Ribbon, and Candida. It's been a combination of talent and character that have made him one of the true musical icons of our time. So let's join our host, Mickey Burns, on location from the Hotel Wales on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, as he welcomes singer Tony Orlando to Profiles.
On the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe. Oh my Candida, we could make it together. Oh, tie a yellow ribbon round the old tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me?
Tony Orlando, welcome to our show Profiles.
I'm going to tell you something. I have many friends who've come to do your show.
That is true.
You must do one heck of an interview, because everybody I've spoken to, and there's a lot of wonderful names that have come through this room and that camera,
right.
And they have great things to say about your show, so thank you very much for having me on.
Coming from you, it means a lot to me. Thank you.
I mean that. I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid you're going to give me a bad interview.
Yeah.
I'm saying it truthfully, from my heart,
Yes.
that everybody who's done this show, honestly, go, you're doing that show? Tony, you're going to love those guys, especially your cameraman. He's got a smile on him that won't quit. You should only at home, before we end this interview, can we get his smile on this camera?
Absolutely. We're going to put a little box on the right-hand corner. We got it. But thank you. But for our viewers, you're a singer, you're an entertainer, and you're a legend. And before we start, I just want to congratulate you for the phenomenal job that you did with the MDA Telethon.
Thank you.
29th year.
29th year.
And nobody could do a better job than you've done.
Thank you.
And continue to do.
Well, you know, I do for Jerry and this cause, because, you know, the first time I ever came to Jerry Lewis, this is, God, he hates to hear this. Jerry, if you see this interview, I'm so sorry. But he started the telethon in 1955 at Carnegie Hall.
I remember it.
And I was a kid. Now, I'm 66. I'm Gary Lewis's age.
His son.
His son.
Yeah.
Gary and I are the same age. But Jerry forgets that, because I've been doing this for him a long time.
29 years.
He thinks I'm his age. He's 189 years old. So I remember coming to Jerry for the first time on television, imagine, with a fishbowl of pennies, dimes, and nickels and quarters that I collected in Chelsea, where I used to live.
Yeah.
And I would get this money. I walked up as a kid and go, Mr. Lewis, I collected all this money for your kids. This is, little did I know that I would be the host in New York City, my hometown, for my idol.
And how would you describe your relationship with him today?
I still idolize him.
Yeah.
I melt when I'm around Jerry.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that when you're around, it would be like a ball player being around Babe Ruth or something. You know, Jerry was not only this God to me, but he became my friend. Our daughters are friends. Our wives are friends. We're literally family. But Jerry is a complex, very eclectic, genius. Sometimes he's that guy, sometimes he's this guy. Collected together, if you get to know him personally, he's the most wonderful heart on legs you ever want to meet. But what you see is what you get. There is no bull with him.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear Jerry say something,
That's it.
count on it.
Okay.
And I think that's why Jerry has built an awareness for disease that was unknown before Jerry Lewis, raised over $2 billion. Wow. My opinion, this is a man who should receive the Medal of Freedom.
Well said, Tony.
Hello there, Mr. Lewis. I'm from your public relations firm of Batten, Button, Down, Osborne, period.
Oh, hi there.
Hi. I'm here to coach you on your political image.
My image?
Yes, indeed. Oh, it's crucial, Mr. Lewis. Yes, indeed. When you go out there in front of those voters, you've got to have them like you. You've got to have the enthusiasm of Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. I've got it. Ooh.
That's the deal. The glamour of Liberace.
It's there.
The sincerity of Walter Cronkite.
I got it.
The sex appeal of Robert Redford. But, Mr. Lewis, above all, remember one thing.
Yes?
Be yourself.
Now, for our viewers, you grew up not too far from here,
Right.
in New York City on 21st Street in Chelsea,
Right.
better known then as Hell's Kitchen.
Right. Well, part of Hell's Kitchen, actually.
Yes.
Just the end of it, yeah.
Right. And also for our viewers, you are what we would call a Greek-Arican.
Yeah.
You're half Greek
half Puerto
and
Rican.
half Puerto Rican.
That's right. My mom's Puerto Rican, born in New York. My father's Greek, born in New York.
Right. How would you describe your childhood growing up on 21st Street?
Best. My childhood in New York City was the best. You know, when I land at LaGuardia or Kennedy
Yep.
or Newark, and I see out the window as I'm approaching this New York City,
Yep.
no matter where I lived in California for 25 years because I was doing the television show, etc.
Right.
I moved to Branson because I opened a theater there in Branson, Missouri in 1993. Sold the theater in 98, but I still remain my main home there.
Yeah.
Raised my 19-year-old there. But when I land in this city, I swear to you, I go like this. I'm home. I come off the plane. Nowhere else in the country. I'm doing 164 dates a year on the road.
Yeah.
Nowhere else in the country to get this. I get off the plane, and there'll be a police officer down at baggage down there. Hey, Tony, what the hell are you doing here? What are you doing, Jerry's show? What's going on? I come out, the cab driver. Tony, what's with the limo? What, you forgot us or something? Get in the car. Or I go down to Lamella's, down on Mulberry
Right,
Street.
sure.
I walk in, Frankie C. Tony's here. Get out the pasta, sit down. There is no city
Any place else.
on this planet or the moon or Mars quite like this.
Sure, and this is your home.
And once you're from here,
You're
always from here.
I agree. Now, the other day when I was doing my research, again, you started at 16 years old in show business.
Yeah.
And for our viewers, interestingly, is you really haven't ever done anything else. This has been your whole life.
My whole life.
Amazing.
You know, when I was 9 years old, I saw a movie called Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly.
Yeah.
I see this guy dancing in the rain, swirling around lampposts. I'm singing in the rain. I thought, most people are worried about getting wet and this guy's singing in the rain,
Yeah.
dancing, tap dancing. I said, that's what I want to do. I was 9 years old.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
since that time, I've always wanted to be in show business. And this is my 50th year. Not since my first record, my 50th year since I signed with Epic Records.
Right.
Epic
Incredible,
has
incredible.
had many performers, J-Lo, Michael Jackson.
Yep.
The first pop signing they ever had was me.
Yeah.
First pop act they had.
Yeah.
And the time that I spent here is exactly as I dreamed it to be. I'm very fortunate. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I've known nothing else. 4 years I had a regular job.
Really?
4 years I sat behind the desk. I ran the music division for Clive Davis.
But it was still show business.
It was still show business,
Yes.
but it wasn't on stage.
Wasn't
so for
entertaining,
only
yeah.
4 years of that 50 years that I sat behind a desk and worked with some great artists. I signed Barry Manilow.
Right.
And James Taylor was my artist, and Laura Nero, and
Wow.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and the Yardbirds, and I had a great run, as they say.
Yeah.